We may now be seated. Good morning and welcome to the contract signing of the South Commuter Railway Project of the North-South Commuter Railway System contract packages S-01, S-03A, and S-03C. To formally begin our program, may we call on the Department of Transportation Secretary Jaime J. Bautista to deliver his welcome remarks and to give us a project overview with audio-visual presentation.
Your Excellency, President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Mr. President, thank you for joining us today as we sign 3 contract packages covering the Metro Manila segment of the South Commuter Railway. Today, we signed the contract for 3 contract packages with 2 joint venture companies who must be able to construct a combined length of 14.9 kilometers of elevated and ground-level rail tracks, including 6 modern train stations. These stations, to be equipped with exciting features, will rise at Blumentritt, Buendia, EDSA, Senate, Bicutan, and Sucat. In line with our goal of transport interconnectivity, some of these stations will be linked to other rail systems. Blumentritt Station will have an elevated pedestrian connection with LRT1. EDSA Station will also have an elevated pedestrian connection to MRT3 Magallanes Station. Senate Station will be near the Senate Subway Station. Bicutan Station will share the same platform with the Bicutan Subway Station. These civil work contract packages will have a combined cost of more than 50 billion pesos. We will make sure this amount will be used by the winning contractors to build a world-class railway line equipped with the most modern facilities. The contractors must be able to build with least disruption to Metro Manila's daily routine. All it takes is interagency coordination and communication. We want to impress on the contractors the importance of meeting schedules so the whole NSCR project can be completed as promised. We will not tire thanking our financial partners for their support to this flagship rail project, the Asian Development Bank, Japan International Cooperation Agency, and the governments of Indonesia and Australia. We inch closer to completing this longest rail system of the country through their assistance. Once completed, the railway will transform lives and communities. Yesterday, we turned over socialized housing units in San Fernando, Pampanga to resident families affected by the construction of the NSCR. The social dimension of the project demonstrates that building railways benefit not just commuters, but also communities that lie along and near the rail lines. We are grateful the President is always supportive of our rail transport initiatives. At this point, may I invite everyone to watch an audio-visual presentation showing the highlights of this segment of the NSCR. Thank you and good morning.
The North-South Commuter Railway System is a flagship project of the government and is co-funded by the Asian Development Bank and the Japan International Cooperation Agency. The 147-kilometer railway system that connects Clark International Airport and Calamba, Laguna with 35 at-grade and elevated stations will be reducing travel time from more than 4 hours to less than 2 hours. The southern segment will have a total of 9 contract packages which will be funded by ADB loan agreements L3796-PHI for the Malolos-Clark Railway Project and 4188-PHI for the South Commuter Railway Project. 6 out of these 9 contract packages have been signed during ceremonies held last October 6, 2022 and April 27, 2023, both of which were witnessed by the President of the Philippines in support of the project's continuous milestones.
May it inspire more worthwhile, strategic, and high-impact endeavors with the aim of improving the quality of lives of our countrymen by leaps and bounds.
Today signifies a momentous event in the history of NSCR, as the last 3 southern segment contract packages will be signed. Contract packages S-01, S-03A, and S-03C. CPS-01 covers the construction of approximately 1.2 kilometers elevated railway structure and 1 station at Blumentritt. This contract package will serve as an extension of the Tutuban-Malolos segment and will provide interconnectivity with the LRT line and run in parallel with NLEX-SLEX Connector Road. CPS-03A will cover the construction of approximately 7.9 kilometers of at-grade and elevated railway track structures with stations at Buendia, EDSA, and Senate. This contract package will establish a connectivity with MRT Line 3 at EDSA Station and a common station with the Metro Manila Subway Project at Senate Station. Lastly, CPS-03C covers approximately 5.8 kilometers of elevated railway structure with 2 stations at Bicutan and Sucat. Similar to CPS-03A Senate Station, the Bicutan Station will also serve as common concourse with MMSP's last station. With the signing of the last 3 NSCR contract packages, the Philippine government is another step closer in making the dream of a more comfortable life for every Filipino a reality.
Thank you very much, Secretary Bautista. At this point, we shall now proceed with the contract signing of the South Commuter Railway Project of the North-South Commuter Railway System contract packages S-01, S-03A, and S-03C. To sign the contracts for NSCR Contract Package S-01, may we call on the Secretary of the Department of Transportation, Mr. Jaime Bautista, and from the PT Adhikaria PTPP Joint Venture, we have with us the Railway Department General Manager, Mr. Isman Widodo. And now we will proceed with the contract signing for the S-03C. The contract for the NSCR CP S-01 and S-03C have been signed. Let us give the gentleman here a round of applause. The third contract is for the NSCR CPS-03A, which will be signed by the Secretary of the Department of Transportation, Mr. Jaime Bautista, and from the Leighton Asia First Balfour Joint Venture, we have with us the President and Chief Operating Officer, Mr. Anthony Fernandez. Thank you, Mr. President. The contract for NSCR CPS-03A is now officially signed. Congratulations, everyone. And at this juncture, may we invite the President to deliver his message.
Members of the Diplomatic Corps, and our international partners for development, of course, our Transportation Secretary, Secretary Jaime Bautista, members of the Senate, members of the Cabinet. We have the Mayor also here because the project goes through your constituency, as many others as well, and my fellow workers in government. And of course, our very staunch partners in development, the private sector. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It was only last April when we gathered for the signing of two other contract packages for the South Commuter Railway Project of the North-South Commuter Railway System. Now, as we hold the signing of contract packages S-01, S-03A, and S-03C, we continue to show the commitment to realizing the dream of a more efficient and inclusive public transportation system that every Filipino deserves. Thus, allow me to recognize the DOTr once again for reaching this milestone major investment. With the signing of these three contract packages that cover a total of around 14.9 kilometers of at-grade and railway viaduct structures, we will be a step closer to our goal of serving around 800,000 commuters daily by 2029. I likewise thank our development partners, the Asian Development Bank, the Japan International Cooperation Agency, for actively partnering with us in building our plans for the country. Let me also, of course, express my gratitude to the PT Adhikanya Persero and PTPP Persero TBK joint venture, the Leighton Contractors Asia Limited, the first Balfour Incorporated joint venture, for working with us on these sections covered by the contracts that we have signed today. I cannot emphasize, first of all, our gratitude for your support, but because these are crucial, and it is important that we have the right partners as this government continues to work to provide our people with the infrastructure that we feel is needed for our development. Your expertise and experience in construction will help realize this NSCR project. I am also happy to note that we are anticipating the generation of approximately 3,000 jobs once civil works for these sections begin. While that is the case, we must also recognize the plight of informal settler families who will be affected by the project, as well as the disturbances that the construction of the NSCR system will cause. So we are continuously conscious in the national government and of course the local governments to ensure that those needing assistance are attended to. These are the inevitable consequences of those that of this large project. But it is something that we have to go through if we are going to complete the projects as they have been designed. and we will to be able to reap the benefits in the longer term. I also urge all concerned agencies to work together to address the potential challenges concerning project right-of-way, such as the need for land acquisition and the relocation of utility poles installed along the area, so that the affected properties are cleared in time for the commencement of civil works. I likewise urge everyone involved in the project to spare no effort to complete this monumental task for the benefit of generations to come. To our citizens, I also seek all your continued patience and understanding as you encounter interruptions from the constructions that we are undertaking. I know that it is our collective longing to create a society that works for the people, that will open bigger opportunities for our children. So let us all remain united in this endeavor as we pursue initiatives with the long-term end in mind. We look at these contract packages with great optimism and renewed hope for our country's future. Maraming salamat sa inyo lahat. Magandang umaga sa inyo lahat. Congratulations to the DOTr, to all our partners, our international partners, for this very important legacy flagship project. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Mr. President. At this point, may we request the President to kindly grant us a photo opportunity. First, may we call in front the ambassadors, Asian Development Bank, and Japan International Cooperation Agency. Legislative officials and mayors, please stand by and prepare. Thank you. Please exit to your right. Next, legislative officials and mayors, you may now proceed in front. DOTr, PNR, LRTA, DOF, and NGCP officials, please stand by and prepare. Thank you. Please exit to your right. Next, DOTr, PNR, LRTA, DOF, and NGCP officials, you may now proceed in front. Contractors and consultants, please stand by and prepare.
Thank you. Please exit to your right. Next, contractors and consultants, you may now proceed in front. DOTr Project Management Office and Office of the Undersecretary for Railways, please stand by and prepare.
Thank you. Please exit to your right. Next, DOTr Project Management Office and Office of the Undersecretary for Railways, you may now proceed in front.
Thank you. Please exit to your right.
Thank you, Mr. President, for granting us a photo opportunity. That concludes today's momentous signing ceremony. May we continue to exert our efforts for this project full speed ahead. Thank you, Mr. President, for gracing the